Welcome to day 14 of our 21-day ski fitness challenge. Today's short mobility routine is focused on the calves and hamstrings and is designed to enhance flexibility in the posterior chain. This is a great way to stay balanced. You can either do this the night before a ski day or implement it into your après-ski routine. All you will need for equipment is a yoga mat. You'll want a few yoga props handy. I have my yoga blocks here as well as a bolster. You will need a strap or a band. You can also use a towel or a belt. And lastly, you will need a foam roller. We're going to start things off with a flexibility assessment. So with our feet out in front, we will be doing caterpillar pose, sitting up tall through the spine. We're going to gently reach forward toward our toes and just make note of where you're at with this. We are going to do this at the end of the routine and make a final evaluation of our work today. Hopefully we will be a little bit farther, maybe touching your toes. Maybe you're nowhere close to your toes. Wherever you're at, that's completely all right. I don't want to see you rounding through the back here. We do want to keep that spine nice and straight. So depending on how far you can bend forward, as long as you keep that spine straight. All right, into our foam rolling. We're going to start with our calves. On the right side, starting out with some nice gentle sweeps, going just above the Achilles tendon, all the way below the back of the knee. Now you'll notice I'm using my hands to gently lift my hips up off the ground. We don't need to go excessive here, just enough to allow us a bit of a roll. If you're new to foam rolling, this might feel very intense. Just remember to breathe. You'll notice I have my foot opposite leg stacked over the other. If that feels too intense, you can just do one leg. All right, moving on to our hamstring. Same idea, you can either have just one leg on there or you can stack your opposite ankle. Rolling from just below the sits bones all the way just above the back of the knee. My hamstrings are definitely tight. Did an awesome workout a couple days ago. They are in need of some love. You can experiment with rolling more to the outside. Get more of the lateral hamstring. Roll the inside. All right, onto our left calf. You can do larger sweeping rolls, or you can make little micro rolls. If you find a particularly tight spot, you can pin it, even do some ankle rolls, keeping things moving. This is a pretty dense roller. Foam rollers do come in different densities, so if you are new to foam rolling, you might experiment with that. If it feels too intense or not quite enough intensity. Nice. Onto the hamstring. It is pouring rain outside right now. Definitely making this a very cozy mobility session. Getting me very excited for ski season, for the snow. All right, we can place our foam roller off to the side. We're going to be going into downward dog, so spreading those fingertips out wide. We're bringing our feet to the edges of our yoga mat. We're gently paddling the feet out. If you can have a bend in the knees. Our ultimate goal here is getting a nice stretch through the back of the legs. Bringing that tailbone up, extending through the back. Nice job. All right, starting with active half splits on our right side. We're coming down into almost a lunge position and sending those hips back. Now for our active half splits, we want to maintain a nice long spine, hinging at the hips. We're applying a gentle rocking motion, hinging motion through the hips to keep it active, or you can experiment with going into dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. Our main goal is to keep that back from rounding. This is where yoga blocks or a bolster can come in handy. Keep your chest upright. Take a nice big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Might be your first big breath today. Nice job. Switch it over to the other side. Again, sitting up nice and straight and hinging. You can place your hands on your hips as a useful little cue. You can do both. You can dorsiflex and come up at the same time. We're keeping it moving, not quite into our static stretches yet. Those are coming up next. Nice big breath in through the nose and let it all out. Okay, moving on to our static stretches, we're going to begin with half happy baby. So come on down to your back. And with my right leg extended out, I'm bringing my left leg up and grabbing that edge or blade of the foot, gently pulling my knee toward my armpit, keeping my hips on the ground. My low back is flat. If this feels too intense, you can grab your band or strap and loop that around your foot. Feel a nice deep stretch in the hips and the hamstrings and the glute. Definitely an intense one. All right, If you don't have your strap already, go ahead and grab it. You're gonna loop that around your foot and gently extend that knee. The intensity is going to depend on how close you have that foot pulled toward you, so play around with that. You can even experiment with gentle sways side to side, but you should feel a nice stretch through the posterior chain. Remember to breathe. Nice. Gently allow that leg to come down to the floor. We're going to switch sides. Mm. Nice. Now find your strap. Get set up for our banded hamstring stretch on the other side. Breathe into those areas of tension. Nice job. Gently release that leg. Come on up. We are going to reassess our flexibility and our caterpillar stretch. So sitting up tall through the spine. Reach those fingertips toward the toes. And I notice a big difference from where I started. Hopefully you do too. Maybe those hamstring and calves are a little bit less tight. Nice job. Thank you so much for joining me for this short mobility session. Hopefully your body is feeling nice and relaxed and ready for week 3. Go ahead and leave a comment on how this session felt for you, and I will see you in tomorrow's workout.